Praise God from whom all blessings flow. No, I can't keep a tune. But I am here to say that God provides. And no matter what situation you get in life and you think things are hopeless and you want to give up, don't. I recently had a dip in eyesight and I was unable to use my Torah because it was in small print. And it just so happens that my church is in a year that we are changing pastors. It's a common practice in the United Methodist Church for the ministers of the churches to be moved around. We've been blessed with Pastor Claire Chance for, I believe, 2 decades. She's been my only pastor since I joined the United Methodist Church. And it broke my heart when I heard she was leaving. And we are getting a wonderful new pastor in the summer. And it has dawned on me that this is common practice and other people are used to this. There's an announcement Sunday for the whole denomination, which I was unaware of since I had not had a change in pastors since I became a United Methodist church member. But one of the things, many things are happening because of that. One of the things that Pastor Claire is doing is she is removing some of the books from the church library and she's getting new books. Well, she had announced that there were free Bibles available for whoever wanted them. And I thought, wow, I've been looking at Bibles online to buy them. And, they can become quite expensive depending upon what you get. She said that these Bibles were like decades old and that they were you get new Bibles and new books for the library. So I called the church office. I texted Pastor Claire and said, do you mind if I take some unwanted books? And she's like, sure. So I called the church office today, and today was Patrick's Day to work. And Patrick found this for me. These 2 books. This is the Good News Bible, today's English version. This is just the Old Testament. And look at the size of this print. This is perfect. And each section is broken down into titles. And a lot of the sections, let me go to Leviticus. It's more common in the New Testament. There's a Day of Atonement, loans to the poor. So there's subtitles in here breaking up the chapters in bold print. So I won't have to figure out where I should stop anymore, which is harder to do with my diminished eyesight. But some of the sections and some of the chapters, well, let me show you. This is the Old Testament. Look at the size of this Old Testament. This is Good News Bible. This is by American Bible Society, New York, who's published this. And here's the New Testament. I always say, that the majority of the Bible is this Old Testament. But here's the New Testament. And in the Gospels, of course, I'm still going to read from the King James Version on Wednesday and Sunday morning. But on the Sabbath, I'm going to read from this version of today's English version. But here in the New Testament, the Gospels repeat a lot of the parables, a lot of the events of Jesus Christ's life. And so the question about Jesus' authority is also covered. This is in Matthew and Mark and Luke. And here are the passages it's covered under. And there's some of that in the Old Testament too, where things are repeated. It's put under the subtitles of where else this is talked about. John the Baptist's message. So this is also This is in John, so this is also in Matthew, Mark, and Luke. It's in all 4 of the Gospels. And so it kind of, once you get into Acts and further on, the notations about where else this is talked about in the Bible kind of reduced. And there's less probably in the Old Testament than the Gospels. So all this, wow, the New Jerusalem. And here is a word list in the back. So this is perfect. And I will do these, use these. Actually, I'll use this wonderful Old Testament version, Good News Bible, today's English version on Saturday morning. And it is, the print is large enough to get me through the eye procedures. I am facing to where I get new glasses again. Last week, they punctured holes in one hole in each eye to relieve some pressure. I'll have that done again. And then after that settles down, after the second treatment, then I'll have a laser procedure. And then after the laser procedure, vision calms down, then I can get glasses. So I'm looking at a process of months and months before I get new glasses. So here the spies are sent out from Kadesh. And this is in Deuteronomy. So I'll get back to reading Leviticus after I have read Ruth. I will continue to read Ruth out of the King James Version. And once I finish Ruth, when I go back to reading Leviticus, I'll start with this Bible. And I wish to thank Avondale United Methodist Church, Pastor Claire, and Patrick for their help in obtaining these Bibles so I can read them on my channel. Thank you so much, church family. You all have a wonderful and blessed day.